All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel and now on the Strickland Twitter page, probably if you're tuned in. Sorry, we are a little bit late. I am someone who is now officially washed and fell asleep like as soon as the game got away from the Hornets, which was like end of the third, beginning of the fourth quarter. So anything after that, I cannot speak on, but Tyrese will speak on it for me. Um, but yeah, Knicks win third straight game, 121-102 against a shorthanded Hornets team taking care of business, which is what you like to see this team do. Julius Randle led the way with 33 points, followed by RJ Barrett with 27 points, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, looking like the 2020-21 days where the 1-2 punch of Randall and Barrett take care of business.
Oh, it's 26. It's 26, my bad.
It was 26. Okay. So
Yeah, he missed
26
the free throw.
26 points. Grimes with 11, Brunson also with 11 and 11 assists. And Hartenstein with 11, McBride with 10, looking like he's found some little bit of offensive consistency, I would say. And quickly with 11 points as well. I would say a pretty solid all around great game for the Knicks and you know the supporting pieces. Where would you like to kick things off?
Uh, I missed the week, and RJ Barrett forgot how to play basketball. I'm really sad. I wasn't able to comment on that. But yeah, I guess we can start with RJ because I feel like this was the game that he desperately needed from like a get right standpoint, and I feel like he was great tonight. Sorry. He played he played what, yeah, 35 minutes. He played some minutes at the four as well, which is what Tips talked about in his pregame presser, putting him at the four in place of Obi while he's been injured. And I think he played well tonight. Even though he started the game up 0 for 4, he was able to finish it strong. 9 for 14 to end the game. It's really solid. Uh, I don't know more you can say about him. I think his passing was really well. I think he was more engaged defensively. I think that was the most engaged defensively I've seen him all year.
Yeah,
Like
from what
he,
I've saw, yeah, I could agree with that.
so like I don't know if the minutes with the bench unit at the four helped him like get into a rhythm both offensively and defensively, but I feel like he played a very strong game, and that's a game that you want him to have 9 times out of 10. Just get to the line. He got to the line 8 times. He hit 7 to 8 free throws. So he had another efficient game from the line, efficient inside the paint. And 1 3, he didn't really need the three ball today. He only took three threes, but he realized that he was able to get to the rim and he was able to finish at the rim and convert. And that's what you want to see him do. So he played the game that I think a lot of us have been wanting him to play for a minute. And if he can do this consistently, then he's in a very good spot.
Finally realized he was athletic. I mean, had that one finish over I believe Plumlee it was where like he like kind of dunked it in, and then he had another dunk coming off a cut. So showcasing that athleticism, and it's good for him to have a game like this, especially after he was seen um partying with a boogie in 2022. But that's another conversation for another day.
I, man, they had his name spelled wrong and everything, bro. That was embarrassing. But also want to say, like, he took 15 shots at the rim tonight. That's an RJ game. 15 shots at the rim, 8 of 15, which is solid given the volume. And he made 8 shots in a row. He missed his first four, he made his next 8, and then he missed his next 5 after that, and then he made his last one. So at one point, he was 8 for 12. Or, yeah, 8 for 12. So, and then garbage time happened, and he was probably just chucking up shit, which a lot of them do anyway. So I'm not worried about that. But, like, that's the game you want RJ Barrett to have. Get into the paint, make your rim reads. I feel like his passing was really solid as well, too. He hit Sims on a couple, I think he hit Sims for one really solid assist on an alley. He made the nice rim reads to Grimes when he's running the paint. That's the game you want to see RJ have. Just simple reads, layups, dunks, threes, make your free throws. And if he does that, he can be a 20-point per game scorer in his sleep. So good to see. Hope he continues to do it. And that's a strong game for him overall in terms of starting to build back up that momentum that he had before he got sick.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, pretty great game overall. I thought, he had like a couple early misses that were like, uh-oh, is this gonna be one of those RJ games? But he quickly turned it around. He didn't let that affect him. And hoping that this can be something consistent that we can see, because with him this year, it's been a lot of, all right, you got a good game, and then here's a couple stinkers right after it. Here's a good game. Here's a couple stinkers. So, just hoping that we can keep this consistency with the good games, and hopefully he realizes this is what good process looks like, and this is what it can lead to. So, just hoping that sticks with him.
I feel like it's soul for soul right now because while RJ's finding himself, Brunson is losing himself. And I think that's the next person I want to talk about.
Yes.
I don't think it was a bad game from Brunson in terms of he just missed shots. Sometimes it's a game where you just miss shots and shit happens. So I'm not going to beat him up too much for it.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like he played a really solid game overall. Again, he was plus 13. So they weren't losing with him in the lineup. Granted, it was the Hornets, but they didn't lose with him in the lineup. He had 11 assists tonight. Which again, that means that he's distributing the ball, and I think he assisted 5 different dudes. So yeah, he got Robinson, he got Randall, he got Barrett, he got Quickly, he got Grimes. So essentially, the 5 other important guys in the team besides him were all benefiting from his gravity and his ability to pass the ball. So
yeah,
he missed shots that he normally makes. He has been slumping, I would say, for a week. One bad week so far is a detriment to his career, his Knicks career, like JL saying in chat.
Sad to see Brunson is washed with a special Knicks career he had. Man.
That made me chuckle, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, he's doing what he needs to do for this team, and he's being effective while doing it. And I can't complain. He's been really solid. One bad week isn't gonna make or break him. He's still at 57 true shooting despite this, which is nuts to think about. Yeah, so give Brunson a little bit of time. He's playing against the Kings tomorrow. On Sunday, he'll be okay.
Yeah. Who is the next player that we would like to get into?
I want to talk about Mitch.
Okay.
I feel like Mitch has been on the best stretch of his career so far. I want to say dating back to that Portland game. I know he followed on the Portland game, but that he was still super effective in that game. That game against Milwaukee, the game he had against Memphis where he was just battling with Steven Adams on the boards. He has just been on a tear the last 2 weeks. He had that one really bad game against Dallas, but even still, he has just been magnificent for this team, and you can tell the team changes when he's playing this way. His ability to just affect things at the rim and just in the paint in general just make things so much harder. And again, he's up to 2 blocks a game. I think he's nearing 1 steal a game as well. So a 3-stock big who can give you anywhere from 5+ offensive rebounds a night. Those are rare. His ability to touch, his touch and his ability to get offensive boards. I get it's dirty work and people don't talk about it much, but that is something that's elite. He is an elite offensive rebounder. Again, I think he had 7 more again tonight. Just swallowing up possessions, breaking the game for a lot of people. What the Hornets were trying to do. I get it, they're playing Kelly Oubre big minutes and PJ Washington is their first option, but like that's he's special, man. Like he does a couple of things, but the things that he does do, they're elite. So that's a game where you're just like I don't know what more you can say about him. Also, 2 fouls as well. He hasn't been fouling as much. Like he's doing everything this team needs him to do. Like he got 3 offensive rebounds in like one possession because he just kept
Yeah, he did. He was going
like
crazy for it.
I just like what else do you say about him? He's just really solid, man.
And I mean, you need players like that to do the dirty work. Because like this just it's stuff that's very valuable, and I mean, especially in a game like tonight against a team where like the big man presence is not as like I would say dominant, and like we were able to we were able to take advantage of lineups like such as having a Sims and Hartenstein tandem in that way, and it wasn't detrimental to what the team was doing. So, you know, it's taking advantage of matchups like these that are very important for someone like Mitch and just for all of our centers in general.
Yeah, like I think Hartenstein played a really good game too. Um, I don't know where this thing has come from, like this narrative where like he's been bad defensively. Because I don't think that's been the case at all. Um, I think the offense has been lacking, but I think again that's more of a Tibbs symptom than a Hartenstein symptom. But I feel like he played really well defensively. I feel like he had one play where like I think it was Kai Jones and he just swatted that shit. Like he should have just went up and just swatted it, and it was nice to see him get up and be that vertical. But yeah, like I don't think Hartenstein's a bad player at all. I think Hartenstein does a lot of good. I just don't think he's doing as good as he can within the confines of this team. But I think he's playing a really solid game. I think, yeah, I just think he's been solid overall. He's a good backup center. I don't think there should be any debate with that. Like, I get Sims is very promising as well, but like, I don't think Hartenstein, as much as I give him shit, uh, is bad. Like, as much as I give him shit, he's not bad. Like, he's fine. I think Sims just fits what this team wants to do better, but what this team wants to do should be changing. And I think we can get into that later. But with the changes to McBride, being in the rotation, Reddish and Rose being out of it, the team is 3-0. Their defense has been significantly improved, especially at the point of attack, which was their big issue. And now you can't shoot threes against them. So now you have two set. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, go keep going.
Okay, so like now you have two centers who can like realistically play the paint three if you want to count Sims. And now that Sims is playing power forward minutes, like defensively, what are you doing against this team when they could just like have a bunch of switchable dudes who are like their bigs are switchable. The point of attack defense is fantastic. They're switching Julius finally. Like it took us
Finally.
4 years to get here, but we got here, and now they're switching Julius, and now it's like, okay, if you're like 6'6" and under, what are you doing against this team? You saw it with Trey, you saw it with Garland, you saw it with Mitchell. Rozier got his game off. This team doesn't matter, but like, yeah, I think this team has a lot more potential, and I feel like the rotation changes have helped a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I was speaking when Doug was on, we were talking about how like basically swapping out Derrick Rose kind of like did so much for this team instead of like giving his charity like instead of giving him charity minutes like and just having him not play at all has done so much for the defense. And I think there was also a piece out today on the Strickland, check that out, about like Derrick Rose and like him being out of the rotation, or at least I know he was the cover image for it. So that's definitely a something that you know leads me to believe that it's mainly focused on Derrick Rose. But yeah, I mean, taking him out and then just putting Deuce in there has definitely led to better things for our defense. Just because Derrick Rose is absolutely washed and didn't need to be on the basketball court. For whatever reason, Thibs it took Thibs this long. Maybe it was something from the front office. Maybe it was it feels like when the front office was like, all right, Nerlens Noel is like gonna have plantar fasciitis and you're gonna have to play Jericho Sims. It feels like that same thing from last year. Except this year, Cam also became a like he took like a stray from it. So but yeah,
I mean, I don't care about Cam taking a stray from it. I really don't. Um, Now, let's see this lineup against better teams. I will give that argument a bit of run, but at the same time, like, I don't care if Cam gets minutes or not. I never cared if Cam gets minutes or not because ultimately Cam is the eighth man of the team, dude. Like, we should not be going this hard for the eighth man of the team when this team is healthy. Like, if they could get a trade for him, trade him. If they want to play him, play him. But like ultimately speaking, he's not starting for this team. Grimes has that locked up, and he should be the starter. And I remember that was an argument at one point, but like it's not really an argument anymore.
never was.
I
Even when
mean,
he
but
was
like,
playing well, it never was.
it was like certain parts of Knicks Twitter, and you know the Knicks Twitter I'm talking about. We're
Yes,
like,
I do.
oh, like because he's bigger, like Cam should be starting, or and it's like no, Cam should not be starting. Like Cam is okay. And that's fine. Cam can be okay, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna tear up about like why the guy getting 17 minutes a night is not getting 17 minutes a night anymore because Deuce McBride is significantly better than him. And speaking of Deuce McBride, his shot fell today.
Finally.
Finally, like he hit two threes, he got to the line, ball movement, his ability to like just break up plays,
I think it's just a matter of him like
getting
find
reps.
yeah, getting some reps, getting a rhythm on the court. Like that stuff matters. Like as much as like people like just like expect players to magically come onto the court and be good basketball players. This type of stuff it takes like rhythm, reps, all that. You see Quentin Grimes, he's finding guys legs under him. He's able to consistently hit his shots now. Deuce McBride, he's gotten reps in the G League, but like NBA reps are totally different than G League reps. And getting used to the NBA flow of things. The G League helps with that, but like just being on the NBA court more often will help with that as well. And I feel like this is probably the most consistent set of minutes that Deuce has gotten in the league since he's been on the team.
Yeah,
So
easily. Like I don't think he's ever played like two rotation games back to back without injury.
yeah. So and now he knows that he's like part of the rotation. He doesn't have to worry about like someone coming in behind him or anything like that. So I think he's able to like play with a little bit more ease as well now. So that's definitely helped. All those factors have definitely helped him, and he definitely looks a little bit more comfortable out there.
Man, like I think the thing with Deuce is like in the G League, his role is so different compared to what he is in the NBA. Like in the G League, the dude gets to play like Fred Van Vliet, and he just gets to take a bunch of shots and make a bunch of reads, and like we know he can do all that stuff, but it's a matter of okay, can you stay off the ball for 20 seconds of possession, catch the ball with like 5 seconds left, and take the three or attack and close out? Because he's not going to be a point guard in the NBA. Like let's get that out the way. He's not a point guard in the NBA. He's more of a combo guard, and a more of a combo guard, like he needs to be able to just shoot off the catch, attack closeouts, keep the ball moving, and he does that really well. And now it's just a matter of like, can you shoot? And if he can shoot, and we all know he can shoot, I don't think that's a question of him shooting. If he can shoot decently, then like, yeah, he's a 15 to 20 minute a night guy, and that's what you want. So I'm not
Okay.
worried about his minutes over Cam.
Same, same. I'm not. Um, who else do we want to get into before we start reading some comments?
Well, I guess we can get into the guy who scored 33. I guess we can go there.
All right, Mr. Julius Randle.
Ah! Finally,
Oh my gosh.
man
Jesus
said his
Christ.
name. It took you how long? We're doing this for almost what, like, yeah, like basically the entire year. Finally said his name.
Anyways, scored 33 points today. Did most of his work in the third quarter, which is the Knicks' probably most dominant quarter as well. Outscored the Hornets 34-22 in that quarter as a team. That's where both Randall and Barrett both got things going and really started to pick up that rhythm. And that's where the game basically got away from the Hornets, I think. I mean, early in the fourth, it started to get away from them as well. But I think it really started in that third quarter. And it was set, and the tone was set by both Randall and Barrett, but more specifically, Randall was able to hit some jumpers, was able to get some fouls. I believe he was able to get some. Yeah, I mean, he had like
Yeah,
what was it, like
he
16
had
free
14.
throws tonight
He had
or 14.
14 free throw, and he got 8 in the third quarter. Like that third quarter was literally him doing like the pump fake jump and like just getting fouled because the Hornets were in the bonus with like 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So
Yeah.
good game, good game. Um, nice coaching, Steve Clifford. I can't beat up Steve Clifford, man. Like, he was ass. But
Yeah, I mean, I can't even blame the dude. He's forced to play like Kelly Oubre
dude, Kelly Oubre isn't your number one
35 plus
option.
minutes.
Gotta be the nastiest shit to watch, dude. And we had to watch 21, 22 Julius Randle. And I would rather take that than Kelly Oubre minutes being your number one option. Kelly Oubre and Terry Rozier got to be the lowest processing basketball you could ever watch.
I mean, that's a really bad backcourt. I mean, it's just like a backcourt of vibes.
Not even vibes, bro. It's just a backcourt of like spilled milk in the brain and rocks.
Yeah,
And
it's
bad
not.
tattoos.
I mean, they've been dealt a really bad hand with their injuries. So
they'd be all right.
But yeah, I mean, they'll be in the running for Wemby, so they'll be okay.
Yeah. But PJ Washington, we gonna have to talk about PJ Washington soon. That brother, I still kind of want him in the Knicks jersey. But anyway, yeah, I just solid game overall. I think that third quarter they really started to pull away, because it was kind of close, and then the Knicks just kind of went no more. And you saw Quentin Grimes get his game off. I think he went 3 for 3. He hit a 3 that was really big to like put them up double digits. Miles McBride went off as well, and it just kind of felt like when the bench unit came in, then the game just kind of went like out of control, and that's what you want to see. RJ was playing great. The bench unit came in, started to take the game over, and then they just kind of cruise controlled them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even remember what happened in the fourth quarter because I just absolutely like
the fourth quarter is
went into a
literally
coma.
just like the fourth quarter is literally just, oh, we're up 21. Let's just kind of like do a bunch of shit. So
yeah, I bet there was probably like a glimpse of like one lineup that I probably really would have
dog,
loved.
Tom Thibodeau was giving out high fives. You think
Right.
the vibes around this team are immaculate right now because he knows he has a job through the new year.
Yeah, he's happy they're saving his job. He's
mean, like,
extremely thankful to them that they have saved his job.
they're saving his job at the same time. He's the one changing the rotation and tweaking it. So like,
Well, I mean, like he's like had no choice due to like injury, but he's also had no choice because like it's literally his job on the line.
yeah,
Like he's like literally coaching for his job.
I will say though, like Tom Thibodeau coaching for his job is the greatest thing I've seen since like Pat Riley in the '80s for the Knicks. So like,
It's sad that it has to come to this point for him to do stuff like this. It's pathetic. Why does an old man have to be on the verge of like being alone for the rest of his days?
I agree.
To like do things like this.
But the changes he's made in the last week or so have been really, really good. So like putting Deuce in, what he's done with Julie specifically, we're like running him with the bench unit, and then putting Julius in switches instead of playing him in drop. The defense looks so good because now Julius can just be a big roaming bully in the paint who could guard 1-4, which is what he was supposed to be, and which is what he did a lot of in 2021, which is why he was good defensively. I would say decent. He was good defensively in that year. And now you're looking at a situation where it's like, yeah, if Julius is good defensively, along with his better offense, that's a problem. Speaking of Julius, we're going to have a filthy conversation if he keeps doing this. And it ends up with him in Utah wearing an all-star jersey. You look at the East right now, the front court of the East sucks. It's Tatum, KD, Giannis, Embiid, and who the fuck else?
Wait, who was that second person you said?
It's a Tatum, KD, Giannis, and
KD.
Yeah, KD's gonna make it unless he gets injured again, which he actually might. So like whatever. But like those four, and then afterwards, Siakam.
Okay. Siakam, I could see it. Yeah.
Siakam, and then who? Like, you're looking. I think he's making it, man. I think he's making it because like you can throw in Bam, sure, but like they suck right now. Like the Heat suck right now. They're 12-14. Yeah, I think Bam could probably make it. Sure, but like, yeah, I think Julius right now is probably an all-star. Like, I don't want to hear no OG Anunoby. Shut the fuck up.
Stop. Ain't that your boy?
I don't, man.
That's whatever. Your boy.
He's my boy, but he ain't no damn all-star. Like,
you think they gave Paolo all-star in his first year? Dude averages like a calm like, what is it, almost 20 plus per game?
No way he get like if Luka Doncic didn't get all-star his first year, Paolo Banchero would get. Cause like Luka put up numbers and he still wasn't getting all-star nods. Like it gonna take a special rookie to get to that point.
Yeah, I don't understand what's the bias against giving rookies that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm looking through the East right now. I mean, yeah, I really can't see anyone else that's
like nobody is really like separated themselves from the pack. Like if you want to like DeRozan is front court.
He probably get it. Off numbers alone.
I think DeRozan gets it, but he's front court. Miles Turner. But yeah, like I think right now he's probably an all-star. So hey man, like the team could have two. Like Brunson, I think Brunson still is in the bubble. We'll see what happens there for that.
This stretch is rough right now. And
numbers still look good.
Numbers still look good, but I mean,
numbers still look good. Trae Young is still mid.
East guards is still, pretty. It's a pretty stacked position, East guards.
I agree, but like, yeah, man. I think there's gonna be some consideration for All-Star. I think if he makes the All-Star team twice, he ain't getting traded. So don't even think about it. I don't think he's getting traded now.
He's not getting traded. James Jones getting his autograph the other day. Like, he's not getting traded.
He's not. He's not. Sadly. And again, like, I think this is shifting the nucleus of what the Knicks want to do because you look at someone like AD. You look at someone like AD, and you're like, you have the picks to get AD, you have the players to get AD. What can you do if you just have like a bona fide top 10-ish talent and two guys who are putting up like efficient 20 balls right now? All I'm saying is like, wouldn't surprise me. I'm telling you, like, I feel like the Knicks are gonna get aggressive now that they know that there's talent on this team and the talent is going to stay with each other.
Oh boy.
But that's just.
Let's see how this goes. All right. Before we get into comments, everyone's favorite part of these shows. All right. Great. Everything reloaded when I restarted my computer. Great. All right. NBA season heating up. When I am looking to get in on the action, I bet with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can bet just $5 pregame money line on any NBA team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, and more. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. Download the app now, sign up with code TBPN, and place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win their game. And get $150 in free bets if they do. That's code TBPN, as you would see in the corner of your screen there. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes or show description for details. All right. Let's get into some comments. Chris Bernhardt says when RJ started 0 for 3, he then went 8 for 9 before missing his next 3. Nice run he had tonight. Definitely. And you know that's what you want to see from him. Just that consistency and that ability to bounce back is something that we raved about him for his like first 3 years. Yeah, first 3 years. We raved about his ability to bounce back from slow starts even in games. It hasn't been the case so far this year, so it was good to see him showcase that ability once again this year. So, just hoping he can continue and build upon that.
Yeah, I want to see consistency. I think everybody wants to see consistency. And if he can be a consistent 20 ball with like decent defense, man, like that's all you need. That's all you need him to be.
Yeah. Yasser says RJ schemed assist unable to take. Whoa, can I not
RJ
read
scheme,
today?
yeah, RJ scheme assist unable to take capitalize off of his aggressive rim pressure and future defense isn't moving the needle. He was still asked. I respect the hating. I do respect the hating. I'm gonna give him his flowers tonight. I am still firmly on the trade that man, but I respect the hating.
Yasser really hates RJ.
I get it. I get it. Like he was thinking it up, man. He was thinking it up. So I understand the hate. I understand the slander. I hope we get to the point where we don't have to slander anybody and we can all kumbaya. But this is Knicks
It's
social media,
it's
and this
never
will never
it's
happen.
legitimately never gonna happen. But it's good to
We
just
could
think
win a
about what it could be.
like we could win a chip and people would still be like, "Hey, man, I don't know about Emmanuel quickly. I don't know." Like he could win 6 minutes and you'd be like, "You know what? Shot chucker. Doesn't play defense.
I mean, even after like his 27-7 game, like the second game of the year, there was people like still like shitting on the kid. So it's like, yeah, no matter what happens, no matter what anyone does on this team, there's still gonna be slander. I mean, myself included, I'm always joining in on some type of slander. I mean,
you call
I've cooled off lately only because I think I'm just like too tired to like even like care to slander anyone anymore.
dog. You called Brunson Keebler help. Like you ain't low. She's talking about. Oh, I cooled off. Bullshit.
I've cooled off to from the extent that I used to go because I used to like Keebler Elf was very tame for me, calling Jalen Brunson a Keebler Elf. But yeah, this guy, he's been stinking it up, so I had to say something. I'm not like people always complaining like, oh well, this guy's doing this, so no one ever shits on him. I'm going to be the person that always shits on everybody, so that way no one can say that I don't ever have the same energy for everybody. Like I'm gonna have the same energy for everybody when they stinking it up.
I
So
respect again. I respect equal opportunity hating. Equal
yes,
opportunity hating is the only way to
exactly,
hate.
exactly. So but I've just cooled off from lately. So I'll throw my shots in here and there. Jordan Bub. RJ and Randall both had stellar games tonight. Brunson didn't shoot well, but distributed the ball very well. 11 assists, true. Grimes, Deuce, and IQ are defensive masterclasses every time they are on the court. Yeah, I mean they've been pretty fun to watch. There was this one lineup that I didn't like that was out there. That like I just thought really didn't help with Like
Was it the double big?
the offense, not just the double big, but it was like the double big with IQ, RJ, and Deuce. Just not enough shooting out there. If you're gonna do
Yeah,
double big, you're gonna need some more shooting out
you
there
need
with
Grimes.
IQ. Like you're gonna need Grimes or like someone else. Just more shooting.
I
I didn't
think
like
that's
that lineup, but yeah,
I think it's a belief in Deuce though, because like I feel like if Deuce plays the way I think a lot of us think he can play, he is the shooting, and that's fine. And Hartenstein could like take a three here or there.
made one
I didn't
tonight.
think. Yeah, he made one tonight. He went 5-5 tonight actually. Pretty good game from him. I don't think the lineup was good defensively. I think it
Oh
was
yeah, I
just
had no problem with the defensively.
I think it was just a matter of like they needed to settle in a bit. It was weird, but like Sims does stuff from like the elbow. I think Hartenstein again can extend out to the free throw line and beyond the arc. I feel like that's the game where like Hartenstein needs to like pull a bit more. Like if he pulled a bit more, I think it could work. I don't hate the lineup. I don't hate the lineup. I think it's just a matter of like, damn, Cam Reddish is really never gonna play for this team again. Like the fact that he like mentions it in the presser, like when he mentions stuff in the presser, that's basically him saying this is going to happen. I'm letting you know this is going to happen in advance. He literally said Jericho Sims and Hartenstein getting missed tonight, and people were like, "Oh, Cam Reddish." Like, no, like he does not plan on playing Cam Reddish
I
again.
literally quoted the tweet and I was like, I am not shocked.
Yeah,
Like I
like
am not shocked. Like this is something that he was going to do. This guy found the perfect opportunity to not play Cam Reddish, and he's
he did
going
it
to
with
run with
Taj.
it.
He did it with Taj, and like you remember like Taj and Noel minutes last year, and like the year before, actually not last year, like the year before that, or like Taj
Mm-hmm.
and Sims minutes. Like he does that a lot. He plays two bigs a lot, and I
Yeah.
think if especially when like Hartenstein is basically the Taj Gibson where he could just take a corner three. If he takes and makes corner threes, the lineup works. I think it's just a matter of like, can he take those shots? So,
Yeah. All right. Yasser says, wow, he really does not like RJ. Team having a positive defense while playing RJ's superstar minutes. Some black magic has to be going on behind the scenes.
dude,
Wow.
Tips has been skinning cats and killing puppies this entire season. Because this man should have been fired like 5 times by now.
Definitely. He should have
Like he
so
should have
many
been
times over.
opening a game against Memphis, the Hawks game, the Dallas game, the blown leads that happened at home. Like, dude, after the Dallas game, the fact that he survived that and then came out the next game on a back-to-back and held the Cavaliers to 81 points. You telling me that's of God? No, that is not of God.
That is definitely not.
That is not of righteousness.
Nope.
My man has the push pins, my man has the dolls, and my man is pulling all the buttons he needs to pull. He's speaking Kukulkanese. Like, he praying to a higher power that we don't even know of.
Yep.
He got Ciara's prayer. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
He is going to be here for beyond. He might be here beyond the All-Star break.
Boy, he about to get an extension of this.
I made that joke the other day. I was like, yo, they're about to give this guy an extension.
They're about to give him the Billy Donovan raise. The Billy Donovan stimmy. Shit, if they beat the Bulls, yo, he actually might go on like a 6-game win streak, bro. Like,
the schedule is really kind to him right now.
Do they got the Kings? And I don't think De'Aaron Fox is playing. De'Aaron Fox didn't play today. And
Yeah, he's out today.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they rest him again. Good, you want to play against that defense, bro?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they give him another rest. And like it's Davion Mitchell and vibes. And it's Julius against Sabonis. And you know that is the matchup he takes the most personal in the NBA.
I don't know why, but
I think it's because like he got snubbed once. Like I don't think he didn't even get snubbed.
he didn't get snubbed.
I
legit have no idea why he hates him so much. and why he
It's
takes that
just
matchup so serious.
it's reparations for something. I don't know what happened. Like somebody pissed off somebody. I don't know, but I think the Knicks can absolutely win that game. And I think if Julius has another banger, hell, we would be looking at a player of the month. We could look at a player of the week. He's been putting up 30 balls. I don't know, man. Dude, if this season ends with Julius Randle getting an All-Star bid, you can't shut me up. I need it to happen just so I can get my game off. I really need that. Oh.
Wow. All right. Virgil X says Sacramento should be a more legit test, like the feel goods now, but need to see with more serious competition. Yes, I definitely agree. That's one thing that I'm always skeptical with games, or not even games, but like games. Yeah, games like these and wins like these when we are consistently like when we faced. I mean, we played the Cavs. They were a little shorthanded. They didn't have Jarrett Allen. We played the Hawks. They were really shorthanded. And Trey is like really stinky this year. Although the numbers are like the counting stats, they look good, but he's not been that good this year. And
He can't shoot threes.
Yeah, most Hawk fans will tell you that he hasn't been that good. So but yeah, I mean, yeah, I would like to see this against more serious competition. We're probably not going to see that anytime soon because the schedule, again, like we said, is really light, and it really favors the Knicks to win these games too. So,
I mean, all they needed was some momentum, dude. Like, it's the Kings. They can win that game, and then they get 2 days of rest. They get the Bulls for 2 games straight, the Pacers, the Warriors, who are like in a free fall, Raptors, Bulls again at home, and the Knicks at home. Like, this is a stretch again of God. And yeah, man, if this team like manages to find itself, turn itself around before the year ends, like they're already 500. And I think a lot of us thought that they were going to lose against the Cavs, lose against the Hawks, beat the Hornets, but then they're going to be like 11-15. But like they're 500, dude, and they look like they're starting to click. And if they stack wins, especially with this mid-ass East,
the whole league is mid.
Yeah, the whole
honest, so.
Fair, but like you look at the East right now, dude. I think they're tied for no, they're tied for 7th. They're tied for 7th with the Hawks.
Bless you.
Thank you. And I think at this point, like the Wizards are free falling, the Bulls are free falling, and then the bottom 3 with the Pistons, Magic, and Hornets, like they don't even matter. So like I think the Knicks are firmly in the play-in. And right now they would be playing the Hawks in Atlanta. The Hawks.
Oh my god.
Julius Randle.
Seriously, a rematch of that? A rematch of that would like have me on edge. Seriously, like that's like the last like rematch I would want to see because I don't want to relive the memories of that series that was.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Yep.
Bogan Bogdanovic.
Yep. I saw him on the court the other day, and I was just like, "Holy hell!" Like, was that his first game back? Was it against us? Yeah. Like, was it legit? No, I mean, it wasn't. He played before that.
Yeah, I think he played like 3 games before that, and he was taking it up. He went 0-10 from 3, dude.
At some point, you gotta stop. But he takes shooters shoot very seriously.
He took Dion Waiters' words to heart.
Let's see. Okay, Jordan Bub asks, what would be an acceptable return you'd get for Cam Reddish, and do you care what you get for him?
2 second-round picks, no.
I don't know. Like I really don't know what his value is. So it's like
if I can get, let's see what the Lakers have. I can check the Lakers asset pool. Like if we're trading him to the Lakers, which is where I think he's going. Like you give me a second round pick, and like you take, if they could take the 48 contract and we get a second round pick, I'm cool with that. I don't think they'll take the 40. Like I think it was discussed earlier, like there was a 3-team trade and they needed the third team. The third team's for 48. Like there's no mincing words about it. The third team's for 48. So if you can get, let's see what they have. And they're mid right now, so we'll see what happens. But like they have Chicago second round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that. Give me that. It's not a first, but that's a good second right now. I think that's a top 6 second.
Okay.
Yeah, top 7. So it'd be 37 in this draft. I'd do that. I think it'd be a little bit worse too. I wouldn't be surprised if it got to like 36. Give me that. Or like give me let's see, a lightly protect or like decent protected first. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a protected first trade for Cam. And like some Cam and other things. If they manage to make a 3-team deal. I feel like they're willing to trade the first, they just don't want it to be unprotected. So at least you can be like, okay, well, we gave LeBron some help. We traded the first. But I think everybody just wants the unprotected first, and I don't think the Knicks care if it's unprotected or not. If you essentially go, all right, we traded 19 for Cam Reddish, and Cam Reddish was able to net us back a protected first, which we traded for him in the first place.
I don't think they're gonna get a protected first for him though.
I'm saying like Cam plus things.
What are those
like,
things?
I don't know. Like, can Cam? I honestly would like. 40 makes a lot of sense in that team because they just need shooting in any capacity.
True.
Like the defense. I feel like our bums helped them out a lot, though. That's the thing. Like, Cam Reddish wouldn't play for them, but Cam Reddish would start for them. Like, you put Cam Reddish there instead of Pat Bev.
Huge difference.
Yeah, like, that's a decent starting lineup. Like, Derrick Rose is washed, but Derrick Rose would help them a ton. And Fournier would be their best shooter.
I mean, just talks about the state of the Lakers at this point.
I think the problem with the Lakers is they don't want 40 years extra year. So
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
That's something that Rob Pelinka has to learn.
May have an extension for whatever reason too. That made no sense.
Chris Bernhardt says, yay, let's get Day to Davis so we can watch him hurt his calf in game 1 so we never see him again. Sounds lit.
Hey, man. Hey, why we gotta be haters? Like, Day to Davis, I get it, but at the same time, like, I think he's the only feasible top 10-ish player this Knicks team can actually get. Because, A, he's on a bad team. B, I don't think I think the Lakers would want assets back. And C, like, they're already bad anyway. Like, you're not going to be able to build up this roster for $36 million in cap space. Even if Russell Westbrook is gone, like, what are you going to do with this roster? You can't. You can sign 2 good role players, and that's it. And there's no good role players because nobody goes to free agency anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like,
Lakers a funny team.
They're a hilarious team, dude. The fact that they tied that game up against the Sixers, and they were down 5 with 30 seconds, they tied it up, and then they just got shellacked in overtime.
Perfect encapsulation of what the Lakers are.
Indeed. And again, like, hell, they might go like Fred VanVleet and Draymond Green go save us.
Oof. Fred VanVleet. Yikes.
Good dude.
Yikes. JL says if the team's serious, they need to go 4-0 this upcoming stretch. Yeah, now they will go 2-2.
I think 3-1 is fine. Like, if I don't see them drop, I don't know if they can win both games in Chicago. But if they go 3-1, like, yeah, I mean that at that point they're 16 and 16 and 14. That's a solid ass team. That's top 6 in the East. And again, like, you look at the East right now, The Raptors have no offense. They're already talking about like potentially blowing it up. Um, I think you expect the Pacers to fall. The Hawks mid, the Heat mid. In the king of mid mountain, I feel like the Knicks could be like decent.
King of Mid Mountain.
Yeah, like I think right now in like the mid tier of the East, which is basically 4 to 10, like you have the Nets who are like starting to catch their stride. The Pacers, who I think everybody's gonna start, they're gonna start to slip soon. I mean, we're saying that, but then again, like Carlisle's coaching his ass off. They got an all star and they got two really good supporting pieces. Also, fucking Andrew Nemhart and Matherin. That's a good ass draft from them. But
Yeah, that was a great draft by them, by the way.
they really cooked up. But like, yeah, I mean, I think the Knicks can be in that nice 5 to 9 range.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the whole, I mean, not even just the East, but like the whole league looks, it's just like it's a lot of mid.
Oh, yo, Berman is such an instigator.
What do you say?
So like, it was like the post. He retweeted the post and he's like, "How did the Knicks do it without the great Obi Toppin?"
Why does he do this?
Dog, he's retired.
You
He's
are
better than ever.
retired, dog.
Better than
Stop.
ever, bro. Like Berman's been cooking up, man. I can't even hate. This is like legendary trolling, and he's still showing you like he still got it. This is like when Jordan hits the court in the YMCA and he be stuffing dudes at like 45 or whatever, just to show you like, hey, I still got it. I had a little bit of juice left in me. It's great. I mean, but that is also a question though. Like, eh.
It's like, dude, you're retired. Enjoy retirement. Enjoy retirement.
I mean,
Seriously.
He's also speaking for Tibbs too. So
He is. Dibs needs to leave him alone. Dibs, let him enjoy retirement.
Tibbs is literally going, yeah, yo. This is what I think. Yeah, they said Obi Toppin was the answer, and Berber is running with it. It's great. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Next comment. All right. Let's see. Chris Bernhard says, "How long until the French Prince of Nothing, future Pastor Rose, and Cam are all gone? I feel like having 3 spots being wasted isn't ideal."
I don't think they make it this season. I think at least two of those guys are gone. I can see Rose being gone. And I can see Cam being gone. I don't know about Fournier. I feel like Fournier you might have to attach an asset, but I don't think the Knicks want to do that. Like you can't tell me there isn't a room. There is a room for Fournier in an NBA rotation right now, dude. Like I absolutely think if the Knicks can get somebody from the man. Like I think they can. I really think they can. So I don't know. I don't know who, but I feel like they can. Some team needs shooting, dude. Some team needs shooting and is going to like be like, hey, we'll take on Cam. I don't know if they'll do that IQ at 40 thing. I hope they don't do that. I don't think they will. But like, you can't tell me some team doesn't want his shit. Especially since he costs $18 million next year and he's an expired.
Maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so as well. If this is how things are going to be. JL says, schedule is light. That's till the end of January. Wins might start stacking soon. Let me pull up the next schedule. Actually, let me see. Because I mean,
Dude,
the whole league is mid basically anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I do want to see the next schedule just like so that way I can get a better gauge on till January. But yeah, okay. So we got Kings, Bulls, Pacers, Warriors, Raptors, Bulls again, Sixers, Mavs, Spurs, Rockets. Wow. Suns, Spurs again. Wow. Yeah, Spurs. Wow. Okay.
I probably might go to that Spurs game. I'm debating it. I think I want to go.
On December 29th.
Yeah, the one in San Antonio. I might.
Yes. I mean, when you look at the names of the teams, like you see Warriors, you kind of like, oh, or
Well, the
like,
Warriors have been like mid.
yeah, or you see the 76ers and you're like, but then you remember like how they're not really that good, especially when Tyrese Maxey is not playing. So,
Yeah, like Harden looks cooked, and B like the thing with the Sixers is just like they just look so lost sometimes, and it makes no sense given the fact their talent is that good. But that's like also because fucking Doc Rivers is their coach. So and
yeah,
D'Anthony Melton is getting on 33 and they're going to overtime, dude. That should tell you all you need to know.
it's sad. It is sad out there for them. Um, Yasser says Cam and Randall for 3 first, gonna take Phoenix by storm.
I would have hated for them, but like, hey man, like,
Business is business.
bro, at this rate, 30 gonna be in the rafters and it won't be for King. Like,
All right.
oh, oh my god, dude. Like, I'm telling you, dude. Like, they not this season. They gonna play it out. They gonna play it out unless something happens where the team falls off a cliff. And even still, as long as Brunson and Randall playing well, like they ain't trading those dudes. Especially not Randall. Unless somebody's willing to give them like 2 firsts. In which case I think maybe they consider it. Or like you get like a legitimately good young prospect. Like if somehow the Timberwolves got drunk and were like, yo, Anthony Edwards, then yeah, of course you do that shit. But like you look at that 2-time All-Star Julius Randle in a bounce back season, putting up 21 points per game with 60 true shooting. Good luck trading that. Good luck. It's not happening.
You can trade it, just gotta get a good package.
I mean, like, yeah, but like they're not going to, so
Never know. I've seen crazier things in this league.
I appreciate you trying to stick to the agenda. What it is also he's close to being a positive net rating too. We getting closer to everything being summed up for this good old All-Star run. So
All right. Well, about Steve again. There we go. Thank you. JL says January 24th is when the schedule gets kind of hard again. So
bless you.
Thank you. Let's see, January 24th.
Cavaliers.
Cavs. Okay, so Cavs, Celtics. Cavs, Celtics are the only two. I'm not really. I mean, the Nets always somehow manage to beat us. So like,
yeah,
if they beat us again, I don't.
That's a loss.
I don't even like that loss doesn't phase me. Like a Nets game is a schedule.
If they won that game, I would be like, all right, that's different.
That would shock me. If we beat the Nets, that would shock me because we still haven't beat the Nets in Tibbs' tenure.
Yeah, like Lakers, Heat, Clippers, Sixers. Like, I think because the NBA is so mid, you could win any game or lose any game. I don't really.
Yeah, every game is a toss-up.
This is Adam Silver's league. This is what he wanted.
Parody.
Parody sucks.
Yeah. How do we feel about Sims getting the Obi minutes? Cause I know a lot of people are like, well, why don't you play Cam at the backup 4 or stuff like that? But yeah,
I'm fine with it. Like, if they're gonna play with Hartenstein needs to take more shots, and he needs to take more shots outside of the painted area. And I know he can do it. So it's just a matter of like they need to adjust that a little bit, and they need to supplement it with more shooting. But otherwise, it's fine. Because like Hartenstein and Sims can both switch. Hartenstein can be the offensive hub for that unit and essentially just do a bunch of stuff from the top of the key, have dudes cutting and running around. And if it's only for like a month, then like they're fine. It is a matter of
Okay.
like can like if the defense. I think the defense will hold up. It's a matter of like can the offense generate good enough looks for the lineup to be tenable for like let's say 10 minutes a game, which I think that lineup probably gonna run 10 minutes a game at most. So I don't think it can. Like the offense could be good enough for it to run 10 minutes a game.
All right. We'll see how that goes. I mean,
Or they should what they should realistically do is just put in fucking speed.
Svi. Wow.
Yeah, they just play speed. Like literally, the whole thing. Like if you need shooting, he's 6'8" and shoots. Just do that. Just play speed.
That's be like the first call I've heard for his name this year.
Like this is literally like this is me, Ariel, and Mo's like take. It's just faith. If you're gonna do that lineup, you need to play like what your better shooters. And if you won't play Fournier, you play Speed. Speed is like 70% of Fournier if he gets rotation minutes.
That's gotta be like the first time I ever heard a request for his minutes.
Like it's if he's
Because I
situational.
know Raptors people, they hated him last year, so it's like
The Raptors people hate everybody.
no, they actually love everybody on their team.
If okay, they like everybody on their team, but everybody else would be like, "Oh, he mid," and then they'd be capping for OG Anunoby Defensive Player of the Year. Get the dick out your mouth. OG Anunoby not even the best defensive player on his team. It's Scotty Barnes against himself. Cause that brother is lost. Jesus Christ. That fraudulent ass rookie of the year, man.
Yeah, that's looking rough.
They crucify him, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's Raptors fans though. But yeah.
And Franz Walker gave him the business tonight too. Oh,
Yeah, what was it? 32 points.
34 points.
Yikes.
Wetted him up, man. God.
But yeah, I mean, like we were saying, back to Jail's comment. I mean, every game is a toss up in this league now, so it's like can't even definitively say this game is a game that we can win. I mean, Celtics just be beating the shit out of everybody, so that game might get nasty. Like, did anyone see what they did to Phoenix the other day? Like, my God, that shouldn't have been on TV. That was absolutely filthy. But yeah, I mean, that's a team. I mean, the Celtics and the Nets games, I think those are losses off rip late in January. But yeah, I mean, every other game on that schedule can be a toss up. But here I am saying that now, and then we can end up going on like a 10-game losing streak during that time. And it's like, oh, who could have saw this coming? You never know in this league. You never know, honestly.
Had to get a little bit of hate out. Had a slightly bit of hope and had to kill it off just to make sure he was staying. I get it. I get it.
I'm just saying, man.
I get it.
I'm just saying. But next game for the Knicks is on. Wow, they always do this to me. It's always a weekend game. Every weekend there's a game. Why? Next game is on Sunday at 6 at the Garden versus the Kings. If De'Aaron Fox doesn't play, this makes this game a lot more, I think it makes it a lot easier for the Knicks to win, but I also don't want to say that because then we can go in and these guys shit themselves. So there's always that possibility. It says he's a game time decision for that. So
cool.
We'll see. De'Aaron Fox says he's a game time decision. Yeah. So
it's New York, so expected to play.
He will lace him up. He will be healthy. He will get a little extra, cortisone shot, whatever he may
And
need.
then Deuce McBride will put him in the torture rack, and we will be aight. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, throw Deuce on him, throw Grimes on him. I think just throw guys at him to bother him, and that's all you can hope for at the best. You just hope guys like RJ and Julius take care of their matchups in that game. Hope Mitch can take care of the paint. There's no one really that I'm really like worried about in the paint on the King side. I mean, looking at
it's Sabonis, bro. Sabonis is playing the 5.
Oh, Sabonis plays the five. Oh, okay, yeah, because they have Chris Murray, not Chris, Keegan Murray,
Keegan,
Keegan
Chris,
Murray,
yeah.
playing the
They
four.
they acting like Sabonis is all defense now. Like, let these boys up, please, man. Like, come on. Like, we need to be reminded that Domantas Sabonis is a turnstile. I'm sorry, bro. Mike Brown ain't doing that to him. I'm sorry. It's time to remind him who he is.
Yep. Well, I mean, that should be. I mean, I would say this game can be a shootout, but the Knicks have not been allowing for shootouts lately, thankfully. Looks like they heard my complaints about that during that stretch where like legit every game was like 110 plus points by each side. Um, this game was surprising. I mean, not that surprising, due to recent events, but held an opponent to just 102 points while scoring 121. So that's been a steady improvement of the team. I mean, last game we allowed like what was it?
Nah, 97. I guess, yeah,
89, 89
89.
to the Hawks, and then before that it was 81 to it was
Sheesh.
81 to the Cavs. So
Cavs.
defense has been steadily improving. So that's something that we can look forward to that hopefully continuing again on Sunday. Kings have been one of the better teams in the league. At 14-10. So, one of the early surprises this year. Shout out to Mike Brown, doing his thing. Love to see a black man succeed. Hopefully he doesn't succeed against us though. But yeah, we will be back on Sunday night. Hopefully I am not washed that night and we can
He
start
probably
post
will be.
game on time. No, I'll get my rest. I'm about to like pop like 3 melatonins and like sleep for like the next 24 hours straight, hopefully.
Boy can wake up
Um
right before the game, be like, "What time is it, dude? We in hell."
But yeah, we will be back. If you are on YouTube, check out everything Strickland in the description. If you're watching on Twitter, Strickland, everything Strickland is right at your disposal, right there. So just check the bio for all that good stuff. Um, this will be up the day after, so you're listening then you already know the deal. We'll be back on Sunday. Everyone have a great weekend. Peace out.